Yo, Arnav, I think I might have heart disease. What should I do?
Go talk to your doctor.
I'm in another country right now. There are no good doctors near me.
Then you can just use telehealth.
What's that?
Oh, let's go into it.
This is our project. Telehealth is a disease identification software. It is by me, Kishan Pajish, and my partner, Arnav Pawat. The issue at hand. So, we chose track 1 for our problem, which was a program which is able to be deployed in places where access to Medicare is limited. Our specific problem is that in some areas of the world, access to doctors and other medical professionals may be heavily limited due to a lack of resources. In these areas, diseases tend to be more common and go under the radar with the professionals who diagnose them. We chose to make a disease identification app focused on 3 main diseases to solve this problem. The 3 specific diseases are lung cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. On screen are some important facts about diabetes, heart disease, and lung cancer, but some notable ones are that 1 in 16 people will be diagnosed with lung cancer in the US, heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, and that every 17 seconds, another individual is diagnosed with diabetes somewhere in the world. Our app, Telehealth, saves the day, solving this problem. So our app Telehealth contains different pages, each dedicated to a disease. From these pages, the user can enter their symptom data, see the prediction on whether they have the disease or not, or see important information related to the disease.
Now, so first in the server side, we used the language Python and used libraries like Flask to start a server and turn the server data into a JSON. So basically, we just got the features values, which are all the symptoms we selected in the front end, and the string value, which is one of the 3 diseases. And then we just load a joblib and predict, and then we return the prediction as a JSON. And I'll just show you really quickly how we're running it as a server. So just run the Python script and just click on this link and it'll automatically be run in the background. All right, so let's go over the front end. So here on the left, you can see the Flutter file. So basically to make the front end for this project, we use Flutter in the language of Dart. We can see some of the packages we used right here. Flutter Animate, Auto Size Text, Responsive Sizer, Loading Animation, and most importantly, HTTP and WebView. So we used HTTP to call the Python script from a local host on your system. And we used WebView to show the tips and the basic health guidelines that I'll show you later when we go through the demo. So here, when we open the app, we're greeted with the simplistic screen to make it easy for people in developing countries or anywhere in the world to understand. So you get options for 3 diseases: diabetes, lung cancer, or heart disease, which change the symptoms that you can select accordingly. Here, let's use diabetes for example. So we'll just enter some mock data. And here, when we click submit, we are greeted with a screen that tells us what the result is. So you likely have diabetes, it says, and this is just to be used as a basic health guideline, not as medical advice. This is just to help ease health anxiety mainly, and to help in places where doctors can't be accessed. But once we have a diagnosis, we also need to know, what do we do about this? So in places without doctors, they won't have anyone to give these tips. So that's why we link resources to the specific disease right here using a web view, as we previously mentioned. So also over here, we can see that it gives you just basic physical wellness tips, because we want everyone to be fit regardless if they do have diabetes, heart disease, or lung cancer or not.
Let's now go over some important parts of the backend. So each of the models has its own CSV containing multiple cases, and each case has certain vital signs and either has diabetes or not has diabetes. The same thing applies to heart disease and lung cancer. So basically, first we import the necessary libraries using pandas and scikit-learn. From scikit-learn, we're using their decision tree classifier. And then first we pre-process the data, and then we use the decision tree classifier to train the model based off of the data here that we just pre-processed. And then we use joblib to save the model, and we use decision tree classifier to also calculate the or not decision tree classifier. We also use scikit-learn to also find the accuracy of the model. These are our plans for the future of the project. We would like to either add more diseases so the user can find out more about themselves, or have the user enter all of their vitals and symptoms that they're experiencing and output all the possible diseases and ailments that they might have. We would also like to add an interface to speak to a professional online, and we would also like to improve the design of our app. Thank you, judges. We hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you for your time.